3 games for you this week again. We've got the Manchester Derby. We've got El Puddingo, Brighton versus Fulham, Wolves, Newcastle, and a massive forfeit. Which one of us is going to get it? Hello and welcome to That Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch. You've got the Notorious and Chris Stark here. They're still going through your scores for today's predictions.
Yeah, I had a shocker last week where I changed a 0 to a 1. I sort of had a line going through it, and then after your predictions, decided to go with, I think, the 2-1, and it ended up screwing me over. So my lesson this week, just write it clear before and just stick to your guns.
Are you blaming me that you tried to cheat?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking shaking at the moment about my standings in this league. Do you want to explain the concept of this Friday pod for anyone who's new?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're coming up with predictions. I think the point situation is 1 point for a correct team won, or the correct, if it's a draw or a win for either team, 1 point, and 3 points for a correct score in that game. Sid's again last week. You are crushing it at the moment.
Big week.
You're like AI. I don't know what's wrong with you.
The Chelsea Arsenal one was the 2-2. Like especially when Chelsea went 2 up, I thought, we're fucked here. The only one who can, and then they scored one. I thought 100%.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping for a goal each way, if I'm honest.
It was bittersweet for me. Being a Chelsea fan, the boys are 2-0 up, and I'm like, brilliant. We want this. We need to get back on track. And then I'm thinking, go on, just let one slip, and then let another.
The standings in the league so far, and there is a massive forfeit for the loser that we don't know about yet. Sid's has got a little scoreboard.
Here we go. This is it. This is our
little scoreboard here.
Our league table, our chart. Games played, wins, draws. Obviously, the draws are not draws, are they? That's just the score.
We've obviously borrowed this board from Paddy, but just to overcomplicate our quite simple scoring system.
But the standings is that
the points is the most important thing.
A win is basically you've guessed the score correctly. Draw on our scoreboard here means you've just got the result right, and loss speaks for itself. The key thing is the points.
It's the last column, isn't it? And that's the scary bit. I'm on 21. Pete's on 13 and you're on 8.
Well, you've got an unassailable lead now. I think you're actually safe. If we're doing forfeits at Christmas, I think you're probably technically safe.
He's Man City here, isn't he?
I don't know. You say that, but if you get, I mean, Steve, you haven't guessed the correct score. But if you get 2, that's 6 points. It's massive.
I'm not even in double figures yet. I'm
just trying to make
it. 8. It's not looking good. Crouchy, you're still not miles away from me.
The Liverpool one helped me. Obviously, correct score 2-0. Liverpool Everton. I'm catchable, Chris. If I'm honest.
You think you are?
I do. Yeah, I'm still a bit nervy, only because I know what these Paddy Power are like. I know what these forfeits can be. It's not going to be nice. Someone got in touch. Did you see someone got in touch and said about strapping you to the outside? I say you.
Oh, wow.
Strapping one of us to the outside of the London Eye.
Oh, like a pod.
Basically, basically to the outside of the pod.
Yeah.
Which is obviously where the gag comes from. But the outside of London Eye, like, have you been on the London Eye?
Inside,
it takes age. It's like, and you know when you get like to the top, you go, that's great, and then it takes forever. If you're on the outside,
well, I think if this is the case and it can be done, I think it should be done it's going to be done in December, January, isn't it? And I think we should do it in Paddy Power pants.
I'm not doing the whole naked thing, Steve.
No, it's not naked.
Not all footballers.
No, but it's to make it cold.
I can't be asked with that. Like, I'll take pain and humiliation, but I'm not doing the naked thing.
What would you say is your most feared?
I don't think my kids need to see me in pants strapped to the outside of a.
What about? Are you got a phobia at all? Of spiders
all of
or
them.
snakes?
I'm scared of all of them.
Oh, really?
But I've got used to just. Honestly, I'm scared of heights. All of it. I hate horror movies. I fucking hate it all. So there isn't one particular branch of thing that you can do. The only thing I would say is I'd rather we didn't go down the naked route with it, because I've had these situations before. I've done stuff in my pants and the context gets lost. And
I get that.
It's just
agreed. Okay.
Also, we're on Halloween weekend this weekend, aren't we? So it means every like match of the day, all the puns will be on. All the pundit. Are you both doing punditry stuff this weekend?
Yeah, but Chelsea this weekend.
Chelsea.
It's the early kickoff.
Yeah.
You'll have to do the whole like, it's a horrific display when they cut to you. Scary stuff here at Stamford Bridge, all that shit.
It's been a shocking game.
Yeah, it's been a shocking game. Yeah. frightening defending from
Shall I see how many I can get in there?
all that bollocks.
Yeah,
You got
that's it.
to. Yeah.
I'll see how many I can get in. All right, if
Come
you're
on.
watching a Chelsea game, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, equally, I guess this comes out on a Friday. What is that, Saturday, Chelsea game?
Saturday.
Yes.
So I think, like, if you have any suggestions of little phrases, Crouch, you can slip in. You have until tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Peter Crouch from That Peter Crouch podcast, and this is the biggest football podcast in the world. What I've noticed is not all of you are subscribing, and if you want more of this incredible content, you need to subscribe. I was like you once. I didn't subscribe. I didn't know how, but it's you that we're after. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll get a hell of a lot more content, and you'll enjoy every minute of it. Don't be a Carl.
Right, we got 3 big games this
We have.
weekend.
So yeah, I think we should start with Brighton Fulham. Obviously, it's probably not the biggest fixture of that, but our producer George has come up with Brighton Fulham, obviously being two of Notorious's old teams, and he's called it El Puddingo or El Puddingo.
Of course.
Brighton Fulham.
Puddingo.
El Puddingo.
Obviously, it's not El Clasico; it's El Puddingo. And I thought it was good, so I think we should call the pod El Puddingo this week. Brighton Fulham, where are you seeing it?
Two of your clubs, Steve.
Two of my former teams. I played in this game. In my career. I think that Brighton will win. They've had a good start to the season. They've got a European campaign going. I know that. This game will be played on a Sunday, which always worries me. Games after teams in Europe with the travel and stuff. But I think Brighton are too strong. I've watched Fulham a lot. They do struggle to score. They've only scored 8 goals this season. And they're only the bottom 3 and Crystal Palace, I believe, have scored less. That's a worry.
Brighton dominated this in the last meeting, right? 21 shots on target, 66% possession, but ultimately lost to Fulham.
Yeah.
In the 88th minute.
1-0, yeah. I see it as being a reverse. I think this is going to be a Brighton win. Okay, I'm going to go with a 3-0 home win for Brighton. It pains me to say it, but because I want Fulham to do well. I like both teams, and I'm never going to sit on the fence, but I'm going to say Brighton will win this.
Who do you want to win? You never sit on the fence.
Who do I want to win?
Yeah.
I would want Fulham to win because I want them to stay up and be in the Premier League because I know Brighton will stay up.
Clever.
That's where I'm going.
Great fence sitting that one.
For a man who never sits on the fence.
Let me just get this splinter out my arse.
All right, I've gone Brighton 2, Fulham 0. I've got nothing to back myself in any of my score predictions at the moment. I'm kind of feel like I'm playing this safe. I actually, part of me did want to go more goals for Brighton, but I'm just having to try and get some points on the table here. I've gone reasonably sensible for that reason in my prediction, and I've gone Brighton 2, Fulham 0.
All right. Well, listen, first and foremost, I hope everyone enjoys the El Puddingo this week.
And we need it referred to that on TV at least once.
Yeah. But I've actually gone the same as you, Chris. I wrote that down as well. 2-0 Brighton. Again, you said Fulham struggling for goals, and I think Brighton are in good form. I fancy Brighton 2-0.
Okay. All right, guys. Should we go for the big weekend fixture that we do? This is the one that is supported by Paddy Power. Should say as well, if you're betting on the game this weekend, Paddy Power is the place to be with their special offer. They are offering a completely free bet builder on the United v City game. T's and C's apply, and you can find these in our pod description. Massive game this. It's the Manchester derby, Man United against Man City. We're going to talk about some of the odds as well. Odds are correct at the time of recording. Let's get into this then. What are we saying? United, there's just so many different things we could be talking about with that team. Can they produce a result for this?
God, I can't see it personally. United they've not been good this season. Decent result midweek in the Champions League. Although it wasn't, Copenhagen I watched the game and they had chances. It was. it just wasn't United of old at home. Copenhagen looked like a decent side. I thought there was some good elements to their game, and there was some bad elements to the game, and that's where they are at the moment. And I think coming up against City, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah, Old Trafford it's just, it doesn't seem the fortress as before. Second half was good. It seemed like they was back to their old kind of ways, and it got the atmosphere going. But it's still just, there's so much going on at Manchester United at the moment that it's just not performing on the pitch.
Do you think heightened emotions this week, though, given the news? Sir Bobby Charlton and, a home game against City, does it take on an extra importance this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does, yeah. And I think it kind of heightened the rivalry between the two clubs as well. Obviously Bobby passing as well, we should probably give him a shout out, because obviously one of the greatest players England have ever produced.
Yeah.
What a man, what a person, and what a player. So yeah, it does probably give added importance.
So Man U actually won this fixture last time they was out, considering the form that City was in. So they do get up for this game.
It's
a big game.
If United will win, and City are obviously going to score, because they always do. United to win, and both teams to score is 6-1. That happened in both of United's last two games as well.
Wow.
Well, what do you think of that?
Well, I've gone City win, and it's kind of hard this, because I've gone head and heart situation with it, because part of me has just gone, it's very hard when we do these predictions to go against City. And as I say, I'm in a point in this table where I'm going to be punished for maybe going with my heart. I actually do feel that this game takes a sort of different scope this week. It's such a massive game, and I don't know if that just changes any negativity that could be around that club. This is a huge game, and part of me does think, my heart is saying Man United win, and my head is saying City win. Ordinarily, I would go with my heart, but that's why I'm right at the bottom of this table right now. So I've had to go.
I am hoping you go with your heart.
I've had to go City win. I've gone 2-0. Again, a bit of a boring sort of result, and I've gone a bit missionary on my predictions this week. Yeah. But hopefully you can understand why.
Yeah. No, you got a job to do. I've gone for 3-1 to City. I think United will score at home, but I think City will be too strong for them. I look defensively. I think they're giving up chances, United, and I think City will gobble them up. And having said that, we've got a Haaland hat-trick at 16-1 and a Hoyland hat-trick at 175-1.
Wow. A Haaland and Hoyland hat-trick?
Yeah.
That's a
good one,
an interesting one.
Well, it's a Scando battle, isn't it? 16-1 or 175-1.
I know one I'd rather be on.
I know, but isn't that mad though?
He can produce,
I like Hoyland
produces big moments. Yeah, I like him. He just needs a few to go in, doesn't need to get himself going. Works hard, got a good little touch, link-up play. I think I'm exactly the same as you. Apart from, I don't think United will score.
Okay.
I think City win this 3-0.
3-0. So 2 3-0s you've gone for at the moment.
I've gone 3-0, yeah, 2 3-0s.
2 3-0s,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We've got him this week.
What's your score prediction?
I went 3-1, City.
3-1. Okay, yeah. I don't think you're going to get that.
Yeah.
So that's good.
All right. Well, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones at
You was actually really thinking about that when you said that.
I don't think that's going to work.
Part of me does think it's a shame. None of us are backing United on this one. I actually think that's a bit of a shame, because I think one of us should.
I mean, I can.
He doesn't give
No,
a
but
fuck.
I don't think do it as a charity thing. I think it's like part of me is wondering if I should. Maybe it's because I've had a couple of beers and I do get emotional. I should go with my heart. Fuck it. Should I go with my heart? I should go with my heart, really, shouldn't I? Follow the heart, Crouchy. I'm going Manchester United 2, Man City 1.
Really?
Wow. I am.
Are you going to do that?
I am going to do it. If you will both accept that. Will you both accept that?
I'll accept you changing, but I feel like
I will accept that.
When you're strapped to a pod, fucking going around the London Eye.
But at least, hopefully, I'll have the respect of the United faithful.
What? Yes, that's keen.
I'm going to do it.
I don't think half the United.
Come on, United.
All right.
Is that logged in?
Yeah? I'm Manchester
United 2-1.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have spoken a bit about odds there as well, we should say. So please gamble responsibly. Obviously, the odds are correct at the time of recording. Oh, guys, I'd love it if that comes off. I really would. It'd be massive, wouldn't it?
Huge.
I'd love it if we bet.
Really relying on United.
That'd be bigger than puddings. That'd be bigger than puddings.
That'd be a massive result.
Final game that we're doing predictions on for this weekend's football is what, Steve Sidwell?
It is Wolves versus Newcastle. Good game, this. Good game. Gary O'Neill going at Wolves, done really well. Got them going. I thought they was going to be down there, if I'm honest. I thought they was going to struggle, considering how they've done the last couple of seasons. And he's gone in there with literally 4 days before the season started. He's galvanised them. They're playing really well.
And obviously beating Man City and then beating Bournemouth.
Yeah.
They're full of confidence, but so are Newcastle. Have you seen? I got Newcastle's last results here, right? 8-0, 1-0 against Man City, 2-0, 4-1 PSG. Obviously drew 2-2 with West Ham, and then beating Palace 4-0.
They're so good, man.
I mean, they're scoring goals. Obviously, at the time of recording, they got the Champions League game against Dortmund on midweek. We don't know what's gone on there, but full of confidence.
Yeah.
Can't see anything other than Newcastle winning it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then there is something about that Wolves team, isn't it? They can surprise you against big teams and informed teams. Beat City, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
That was last month.
Yep.
So I don't know how much head and heart we're going on this one.
Well, I hope you go with your heart again.
All right, I'm going to kick this off.
Keep following the heart.
Right, I've got Newcastle 3. I've gone back to
3-0 away
3-0.
win.
3-0 away win. Yeah.
That's a big call.
All right. Well, I've gone 2-0. I've gone 2-0. I think Newcastle win 2-0.
Well, we'll keep it short and sweet. I've gone 2-1. I think Wolves score, but Newcastle win.
So that's an interesting battle. That different scores. Mm-hmm. You know, Newcastle win means we all get a point, but who will get the 3 points from that?
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, well, it will be interesting when we go around the Paddy Power forfeit. There's been talks again. We talked about the around the pod. There's been the office in the Thames, the podcast from the Thames. I've got a few thoughts in my own head as well that I don't want to reveal just yet.
Okay. Well, don't. Well, maybe you should, because the
I
thing
think
is with this, if we get points, if
we
points
get
start
too
coming on the
far-
table, your thing's going to be like, oh, I will see how many chicken wings we can eat in an hour or something. It'll be something really nice because you're involved in it. Whereas you should face the same forfeit I would face.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's got to be the same forfeit for it.
But like, what I'm saying is like, if I get too far ahead of him, then the forfeit gets worse, doesn't it?
Yeah. So what are you thinking now?
Well, I think we need to reveal it probably next week.
I think with the forfeit, are we all agreed on what the brief is? Because there's been all sorts of creative ideas from the team here about like hidden earpieces and doing embarrassing stuff. Whereas for me, the kind of the power of having these guys involved is a bit more like it needs to look fucking massive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It needs to be out a plane.
Well, I was thinking, have you ever seen that one
Would you
where
do
you're
that?
like standing up on the wing of a plane?
I'd never do that.
You
just
say
mentioned
you
it,
say
and then
you
he said
never
no.
do
I
it.
just mean like the scale of it
Right.
needs to be, because a lot of people do these forfeits. What we're saying, and the main reason for doing this whole thing, was to go really big on it. And by the way, for all I know, I'm playing myself up as being the one who's going to probably do it. I genuinely don't think I am.
But
I genuinely think I'm going to get points.
But I think we could also do a forfeit for like an individual one. If you lose, this happens. If I lose, this happens. And if Sid loses, this happens.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So like I could, if I lost, I could barbecue on the South Bank like
it should be your
all
choice.
day.
I actually think it should be whoever loses,
Yeah.
the other two decide.
Yeah. Would you?
But I think it needs to be nailed down now, doesn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Would you walk out as a Luton mascot?
No, that's ridiculous. thing
Well, I'm
to
just
say.
asking.
Yeah, but it's a everyone knows it's a forfeit.
I mean, you'd say no on everything, on every forfeit. I'm just asking you, would you get dressed up in a
Because you
full
have to be in the
Luton,
Luton shirt. And
Luton
everything.
kit and go out hand in hand?
I don't know. I never know where people stand on that sort of like, on stags where they put you up in the opposing team's football shirt. I kind of think, do you not get cursed for that kind of thing? Or like,
But also, is it like, I was just thinking then, like, if you say about that, like, wouldn't it be hilarious if I actually came out as a mascot? Like,
Yes.
like, I mean, like seriously, like,
You'd be holding
Like
Son's
like,
hand.
Imagine
Oh,
they
no,
came
you'd
out
have
of
to go-
it.
we'd
Like,
have to-
I've played for Tottenham and I'm coming out with Son.
We'd have to get you at Arsenal, wouldn't we? That's the thing. So you'd be out holding Saliba's hand.
In some ways, I think it's funnier if it's a club I've played for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm holding Virgil van Dijk's hand and I'm out on match the day.
Well, actually, I do.
That Peter Crouch.
What do you mean? Is that Peter Crouch? What child is just shy of 7 foot? Is that Peter Crouch? Yes. What?
But like, does it take away from how important the match? I don't know. Like, would clubs go for that?
I don't know.
Obviously, listen. I think that's.
It's a question.
I think, can we get one of us on match of the day holding a captain's hand in the Premier League? I think that's the forfeit.
It's everything from the kick around with the other kids before.
The whole day documented.
Imagine your return to
Bonk
Anfield is having a child holding the hands of.
Also, imagine I've got like.
Hang on. Imagine when the player comes out, the team come out and they have to greet the child. And you're there going, no, it's me.
You know when you're standing there when they showed the game, right? And then like the mascot's standing there, the other mascot's like down there, and I'm standing there with the ref, and then like
I think that's the
Van
dream.
Dijk comes in, and I go, all right, mate. What is
It would be superb if it was a televised game.
televised there?
And they go down maybe the line and they just go up.
Unbelievable.
Oh, mate,
It's amazing.
There's something to be said for a legend having to hold the hands of a player. Coming
Also,
out.
you know, I've got like, you know, Van Dijk's name on the back of my shirt.
I think we should aim for that. But we need a club that's on board.
Yeah.
Really, because I think some people would say it's a slight distraction, but my argument would be it's a good distraction.
But what about that? You don't really do the photo, is it before the match? And you all stand there, the ref and the captain's like that.
You can't be in that one, surely. You
Okay,
can't be the
maybe-
main
I don't know if it's possible. I'm just throwing it out.
Well, can a football club let us know if it's possible, right? And maybe what we could say as well is it doesn't necessarily have to be the first child. So I think it would be acceptable to be the second or third child.
Yeah,
down
it
the
could be down the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't mind where. We're not going to say it's me. I don't. I hope it's you. But like,
I really hope it's you, because can you imagine the noise?
It's changed now.
Also, the rule has to be no laughing.
no, I have to enjoy the day as a child.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
I
one,
mean,
there's,
it'd be
there's
a
one
hell of a
suggestion.
Well, I think it's a brilliant
We're only
suggestion.
brainstorming, aren't we?
It's a brilliant suggestion.
I'd still like to see you run out though somewhere at like White Hart Lane or something.
Lads, we say this every Friday, don't we? If you're going to the football this weekend, whatever league you're going to see, have a little look around if there's a quiet moment, and just have a look around the terraces, see if there's any funny names on the back of shirts. And then if you can get a sneaky photo, send it in. We've had all sorts sent in. We try to do one a week at the moment.
Yeah, and I got one sent to me by Craig Beach. He's Beachy underscore 14. He said he ordered a Malasia shirt for his son last season. I don't know why he chose him, but he did. But I made a schoolboy error and I didn't read it before submitting. Needless to say, autocorrect won that day. So he's got a shirt, number 12, with malaria on it.
No way. Show me this.
Number 12, malaria.
It's still in the packaging as
in the
well.
packaging.
That's not coming out.
Well, I think it's coming out. And these shirts aren't cheap these days. But my thing is, I didn't realise that you could just like do it on the phone. Or,
Yeah, of course you can.
Can you? Yeah, and then they just print it and send it to you.
Yeah, so if you think about it, it's just like you're ordering through the whatever football club store. You're typing what name you want, but obviously on your phone, it goes to autocorrect.
But I remember it being a person that used to put them on.
Yeah, but they
Is
do.
it not a person
They
anymore?
do, but you're still ordering.
Yeah, but when the person's putting malaria on the shirt,
Well, we've had some dodgy ones in the past. haven't we?
I love MILFs last week.
There we go.
Is there a limit to what a football club will print? on the
That's
back
what I
of the
mean.
shirt?
Like,
So
there's got
actually
to
a
be,
limit.
isn't there?
like, does it end? Like what?
I don't think we should test it, but
No, I mean there must be from a club shop. There must be. You can get it outsourced somewhere else, but
can't put malaria on a shirt, surely. Like
I think what's really funny as well is when it's the official lettering, so it's got like the Premier League logos on the lettering.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought
as if
about.
it's endorsed.
That's what I thought about I Love MILFs. Like, unbelievable. Like, had the Premier League logo on it. It's like it's been endorsed by the Premier League.
You're forgetting 69 as well.
Fucking outrageous.
It's true, it was a 69.
Outrageous.
You'd think they would just red flag anything with the number 69 on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd think just as a rule of thumb, they go, print the shirts up. Anything with a 69, just bring to me. Just
Just go for
Let's go in the right direction.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, look, keep an eye out for those results this weekend. We're still working on what we are describing as the Paddy Power forfeit. I think it needs to be something huge, something really impactful, something that people talk about. I often think that what we're very privileged to do on this podcast is be having the same discussions that everyone has in pubs, except we might have the resource to be able to go and follow through on some of the grand ideas that we have when we're pissed.
Yeah.
And that's really what this forfeit needs to be.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the forfeit. As I look forward to these results every week now, I'm watching football in a different way.
Yeah.
And please, everyone enjoy El Puddingo because it's going to be a cracker.
Enjoy the El Puddingo. If you think you've got an idea for the Paddy Power forfeit, let's lock it in next week. Tweet us on @PeterCrouchPod, tagging Paddy Power as well. Any great suggestions we're going to read out as we nail down what the forfeit is going to be, and kind of let us know what we're all playing for here. It is getting a bit squeaky bum time. And I guess we should say as well, this time next week we'll be gearing up for Crouch Fest, won't we?
This time next week, it's the eve of Crouch Fest.
One more Friday pod before Crouch Fest. It'll be like Christmas, the night before Crouch Fest.
Wasn't it?
It was
I'm
the
sure
night before Crouch Fest.
There'll be some football shirts with
That's true.
names on the back there. There always is.
Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba, guys.
Puddingo is massive.